Right from the beginning, in schools and in home, we are taught to focus on how to earn money, but no one has focused on how to save money. If we don't know how to save money, then what's the point of earning 70,000 if you are spending 80,000 and don't know how to save? Hence, saving money is very important. But what's even more important is to invest that saved money smartly. That will help us to grow our wealth. Hello everyone, this is Navya Gupta. I'm here to present my views on what schools don't teach you about investing. When we talk about investing, it's often said that make your money work hard for you as much as you do to earn it. This is how most rich accumulate wealth hand over fist. Let's take an example to help us better to understand the importance of investing. Two friends, Ishan and Kabir, worked in the same company with the same salary of 50,000. Ishan started to live in a big house by paying 20,000 as rent, bought a new smartphone, purchased a new car on EMI, and had nothing left till the end of the month. Whereas Kabir used public transportation for traveling, lived in a small house for a rent of 10,000, and instead of buying a new phone, continued with his old one. By doing this, he saved around 15 to 25,000 each month and invested it smartly. People constantly told Kabir to look at Ishan and live like him, but he knew what he was doing and didn't lose his discipline. After 10 years, Ishan was still in the same job, while Kabir's investment of thousands turned into lakhs, with which he opened his own venture. This may just be an example, but many people such as Parag Parekh, Radhakishan Damani, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala have similar success stories. Furthermore, according to Albert Einstein, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. For instance, if you set aside a sum of say 500 rupees every month from the age of 25, earning the interest rate of 10% per annum, in 60 years you will have with you funds worth more than 1 crore. However, if you start at 40 with the same amount and interest rate, the fund accumulated will amount to only around 33 lakh. Hence, it is always advisable to start saving as early as possible to enjoy the benefits of power of compounding. Moreover, younger can opt for riskier alternatives such as equity, as they have many years ahead of them, hence more capacity to take risks. Now speaking of compounding, let me tell you that bank deposit accounts are the worst alternative to keep your money, as the money lying idle in your bank account is an opportunity lost. It is because though the value of our money is increased, but as the inflation also keeps on increasing, we end up getting almost nothing. Now, to comprehend what is investing, we have to know what it's not. There are many myths about investing which needed to be elaborated. Myths are the false beliefs of the people. The very first thing many people believe is investing is very risky. See, we can't say that investing, especially in equities, is totally safe. However, it is risky for people whose goals are short term. The graph clearly shows the progress of stock market from 1995 to 2017. It started from just 5,000 points, but now it's above 30,000. Sure, there are some falls, but eventually the economy bounces back and starts to progress again. Mark Zuckerberg said, "The biggest risk is not taking any risk." Besides, some people say bank is the best place to keep their money as it's the safest. If you have so much trust on bank, then why don't you buy its shares rather than just keeping your money in it? Furthermore, you can reduce risk by doing just two things: by allocating your income smartly and by analyzing the company's performance and other details. Let's figure out how we can allocate our income smartly. Point number 1, we should have an emergency fund ready with us. It can be of any amount, but as a rule of thumb, we should multiply our monthly income by 6. Suppose our monthly income is 50,000. By multiplying it with 6, we get 3 lakh. This should be the amount of our emergency fund. This fund must be secure. It will make sure that you don't have to suffer in case you have no job or a medical emergency occurs. Point number 2, right choice of life insurance policy. We lose our mind if we lose even 500 or 1000 rupees. But we are losing thousands or even lakhs of rupees, and the best part is we don't even know about it. Take a look at the following example. Suppose there are two policies in front of you. One is term insurance policy in which you have to pay 10,000 per annum for 45 years and the coverage will be of 1 crore till the age of 85. But no amount will be received in case the policyholder survives. Second is the endowment policy in which you have to pay rupees 60,000 per annum for 10 years and coverage will be of 6 lakhs. Maturity will be after 15 years for 10 lakhs. Now most people will choose the second option because there is guarantee of receiving money. But we in ignorance are making a huge mistake. First of all, the motive of life insurance is to secure our family if something happens to us. And 6 lakh is a really small amount. If your family puts those 6 lakh in bank FD, after 1 year, the interest will be 36,000 per month. They'll have only 3,000 to spend. Therefore, there is no use of this policy. Whereas in term insurance, your family members will get 1 crore and 50,000 to spend per month. Hence, by choosing term insurance, we save 50,000 per year. And by investing this 50,000 every year for 10 to 15 years, you will have with you 10 to 16 lakhs very easily. Point number 3. After creating emergency fund, you should invest at least 10% of your monthly income. Now we'll understand the second aspect of reducing risk, which is by evaluating company's details. Before you invest your money in a certain company, always make sure to check the performance of the company before buying its shares. All the information regarding company's past performance is in the annual reports of it. Things like company's past performance, sales, future products of the company, dividends paid by the company in last few years, etc. should be taken into consideration. With the example of Britannia's past performance, let's understand how to find out, is the company worthy of our money or not? In 2014, Britannia's turnover was above 6,000 crores, which progressed to above 9,000 crores in 2018. In the same way, profit before tax rose from 548 crores to 1,445 crores and share price rose from 843 to 4,970. To summarize this, we can say turnover increased by 1.5 times in 5 years, profit increased by 3 times, and share price increased above 5 times. By the way, in stock market terms, turnover is also called top line growth and profits are also called bottom line growth. Here, Britannia's bottom line growth is more than its top line growth, which is a favorable situation. So by doing simple mathematics and using our common sense, we get to know that Britannia is a well-performing company. Therefore, we can say that myth of investments being very risky is not totally true. Many people also believe that we need huge financial knowledge to invest in stock market, but we just learned how we only need simple maths and logical thinking to make our way through the stock market. However, a person who has financial background will certainly find it easier than others. The third and a very common myth is we need large amount of money to invest. If you think you need 5-figure amount to invest, then you couldn't be more wrong. You just need to be consistent. Amount does not matter. Even 500 rupees per month can be very fruitful in future. The real life story of Purinju Beliat certainly contradicts this myth, as he comes from a very poor family. He started investing in very small amounts at first. Gradually, he found his way and now he is among the best stock pickers of India. The last and very prevalent myth is investing is same as gambling. See, I believe it depends on different individuals and on their perceptions. The difference of a person's intentions while buying stock is what distinguishes between investing and gambling. For instance, if a person is buying stocks with an intention to sell it off as soon as it reaches its maximum price, he is gambling. But if a person is buying stocks after evaluating company's fundamentals and future project etc., and has intention to remain the investor even if the market price goes up or down, it means he has long-term goals and is an investor rather than a gambler. So while going through these myths, we also got to know about investing than most people do. Now I will give my final guidance to the first-time investors. While on the subject of money, I also want to mention that many people believe if someone got rich, it must be because of their luck. However, this exact thinking becomes the reason that these people never themselves become rich. By thinking that being successful is not in our hands, our brain shuts down and we end up doing nothing because we didn't let our brain think. Rich are rich because they do things which others don't. They possess skills and strategies, they build multiple income streams, and most importantly, they invest in themselves. According to Warren Buffett, the best investment you can make is not in stocks, not in real estate, not in business, but in yourself. Investing in yourself means investing in your knowledge, developing your skills, your confidence, learning finance, and so on. It may be through books, seminars, coaching, video training, etc. Books like Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham are very popularly known for developing an investor mindset and knowledge. I also want to mention some widely used websites for investment purposes for people who don't know from where to start. These are moneycontrol.com and valueresearch.com. Apart from everything, if safety is important for you, don't think you can't receive high returns. There are various other options too, and company's fixed deposit is one of them. It is just like bank's FD but with high rate of interest around 9% and with comparatively lower safety. These companies are credited by credit rating agencies on the basis of their creditworthiness. You must invest in companies rated with AAA. Furthermore, beginners should keep in mind few things like only invest the surplus amount you have with you, with which you can take risks. Don't be greedy. Start gradually to minimize losses because there are more chances of mistakes at the beginning. One must always remember the difference between taking risks and taking risks blindly. Decisions must be taken after considering due facts. Don't ever fall for quick buck schemes that promise high returns in a short time. Keep things simple and avoid complicated investments that you don't understand. So, at last, I will say that with right motives and right attitude, investing can be like your dream come true. Thank you. And if you want to ask any question or a concept you did not understand, you are sincerely welcome to